Do you ever feel like you're just drowning? Like the weight of the world is sitting right on your chest, and every breath is a struggle? That was my life. Not too long ago, every single morning felt like waking up to a battle I had already lost. My name is Alex, and for years, I was just surviving, not living. My job was demanding, relationships felt strained, and this constant, low-humming anxiety was my shadow, following me everywhere. I felt trapped in a cycle of stress, exhaustion, and a deep sense of dissatisfaction. I tried everything you can think of. I read self-help books until my eyes burned. I downloaded every meditation app on the market. I even tried changing my diet, thinking maybe it was something I was eating. Some things helped a little for a while, but that heavy feeling, that gray cloud, it always came back. It felt like I was just putting bandages on a wound that needed stitches. I was convinced this was just how life was supposed to feel for me, a long, hard road with no real destination in sight. I was cynical, I was tired, and honestly, I was losing hope. One evening, scrolling aimlessly, I stumbled upon an old interview with a philosopher. He wasn't talking about anything revolutionary, no grand secrets to life. He just said something simple that, for some reason, stuck with me. He said, "What if, instead of asking what life can give you, you start by noticing what life has already given you?" It sounded so simple, almost annoyingly so. My first thought was, easy for you to say. But the idea lingered. That night, lying in bed, the usual storm of worries brewing in my mind, I decided to try it. Just as an experiment, I thought, okay, what's one good thing that happened today? It was surprisingly hard at first. My brain was so wired to focus on the negative, on the problems, the to-do lists, the failures, but I forced myself. And I remembered the taste of my morning coffee. It was just right today. It wasn't life-changing. It wasn't a lottery win. It was just a good cup of coffee. But in that moment, focusing on that small, simple pleasure, I felt a tiny shift, a flicker of something other than anxiety. So, I did it again the next night. This time, I remembered a colleague who held the elevator for me when I was running late. A small act of kindness I would have otherwise completely forgotten. And the night after that, it was the feeling of the sun on my face during my lunch break. I started a small, dedicated practice every single night before sleep. I would find 3 things I was grateful for from that day. I didn't write them down at first. I just held them in my mind. The more I did it, the easier it became. It was like I was training a muscle I never knew I had. I started to see things differently, not just at night, but during the day. My brain began to actively search for these positive moments. It was like I had put on a new pair of glasses. The world didn't change, but my perception of it did, radically. The rude driver on my commute still annoyed me, but I also noticed the beautiful old tree on the corner, the one with the leaves turning a brilliant shade of orange. The stressful project at work was still stressful, but I also felt a genuine appreciation for the teammate who helped me solve a tricky problem. This simple act of noticing, of acknowledging the good, started to rewire my entire being. It wasn't an overnight miracle. It was a slow, gentle process. The heavy weight on my chest began to lift, not all at once, but piece by piece. The constant anxiety started to quiet down. It was still there sometimes, but it no longer owned me. It became a visitor, not a permanent resident. I started to feel a sense of calm that I hadn't felt in years. I was sleeping better. My conversations with people became more present, more genuine, because I wasn't just waiting for the next bad thing to happen. I was actively looking for the good in them, in the interaction. This practice of gratitude wasn't about ignoring the bad. The problems didn't magically disappear. Life is still full of challenges. But now, I had a tool. I had a foundation of strength built from all these small, collected moments of good. It gave me perspective. A difficult day was no longer a sign that my whole life was a failure. It was just one day. And even within that day, I could find something to hold on to. What started as a mental exercise evolved. I bought a simple, cheap notebook. It's nothing fancy. Every night, I physically write down my 3 things. Seeing the pages fill up over weeks and months is incredibly powerful. It's tangible proof that my life isn't just a collection of struggles. It's a rich tapestry woven with moments of joy, kindness, beauty, and connection. I can flip back through the pages on a tough day and be reminded of a funny thing my friend said. A beautiful sunset I witnessed, a delicious meal I cooked, or a song that made me want to dance in my kitchen. It's my personal archive of happiness. This practice has fundamentally changed my relationship with myself. The harsh inner critic that used to run the show in my head has gotten a lot quieter. It's been replaced by a kinder, more compassionate voice. Because when you regularly acknowledge the good around you, you start to see the good within you, too. You start to appreciate your own resilience, your own efforts, your own capacity for joy. I'm sharing this with you today, not because I have all the answers. I don't. I'm still a work in progress, just like everyone else. I'm sharing this because I know what it feels like to be stuck in that gray, heavy place. I know the despair of feeling like nothing will ever change. And if my story can offer even a glimmer of light, then it's worth telling. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about balance. It's about training your attention. We spend so much time and energy focusing on our problems, planning for the future, and ruminating on the past. What if we dedicated just 2 minutes a day to intentionally focus on the good that is already here, right now? It costs nothing. It requires no special equipment. It's a practice that is available to every single one of us, no matter our circumstances. You can start tonight lying in bed. Just ask yourself, what is one small thing that brought me even a hint of peace or joy today? Maybe it was the comfort of your favorite sweater. Maybe it was a text from a friend. Maybe it was just the fact that you got through the day. That, in itself, is worth acknowledging. This journey from feeling burdened to feeling grateful has been the most profound transformation of my life. It taught me that peace is something you find out there. It is not in the next job, the next relationship, or the next vacation. It's a state of being that you cultivate from within, one small, grateful thought at a time. It's about learning to see the richness in the ordinary, the magic in the mundane. The weight is gone, not because the world got any lighter, but because I got stronger. I learned how to build my own anchor in the storm. Life is no longer a battle to be endured, but a gift to be appreciated. I still have hard days, of course, but now I know I have a sanctuary to return to this simple, powerful practice of gratitude. So I invite you to try it. Just for a week, give yourself this gift. Every night, find 3 things. They don't have to be big. Let them be small. Let them be simple. Just notice them. Acknowledge them. Let them sink in. See what happens. You might be surprised at the world that opens up to you when you just start to look for the good. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I truly hope it helps in some small way. If you've had a similar experience or decide to try this practice, I'd love to read about it in the comments below. Let's build a community of gratitude right here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.